Awesome. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. The viewers are probably going to trickle in here, but looks like we're live. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining. My name is Jaren Dorman. I'm the design community manager here at Gravity Sketch, and I just get to connect with all of you and show you stuff in Gravity Sketch VR and iPad and all of it. If you haven't heard, we have our new Gravity Sketch iPad app. It's been recently updated, actually. We've already had an iPad app, but we just made a major overhaul, an update recently. So this is a live demo for that. We're trying to make a lot more content, training content, to help people feel more comfortable using the iPad app. So today we're going to be creating just one of these little speakers, not this whole set, but the one with like the volume dial. We're going to be creating the desk speaker, and yeah, we're going to just get along right along with it. I'm going to be doing it on the iPad today, and if you haven't tried the iPad app, highly recommend go trying it out. We're really taking in a lot of feedback and a lot of thoughts on the app. And we'd love to get feedback and thoughts because it's really going to inform a much bigger update that we're going to have to it later this year. So without further ado, let's dive right into how to make one of these desktop speakers in the iPad app. So let me just go ahead and hide this image. And right now we are looking at the iPad interface. So the way I would probably start this, and then you're probably wondering right now, you can't actually, you're wondering if you could bring reference images into the iPad app. Currently, you cannot bring reference images into Gravity Sketch iPad. But again, this is part of the laundry list of things that we're going to be bringing to the app pretty soon. So, and then some of you have asked questions on how to export things from Gravity Sketch iPad. It'll just be, I believe it'll be using landing pad functionality in order to export models. But again, that'll be coming down the line. So if any of you have any thoughts or questions on the iPad app, please feel free to ask it live, and I'll be happy to answer the best I can. And just to pop it up again, looks like there's some new viewers. We're going to be making one of these desk speakers, the one to the right there with the little volume dial. And yeah, we're just going to have a go at that. So I think, honestly, the best way to approach it is probably to do that front view, because that has the most detail, and then it'll be pretty easy to adjust everything afterwards and get it looking good. So let's go ahead and just draw that front view and have a go at it. So I'm going to say we're at the front view here. Well, first, I'll explain something. So up here at the top of the bar, where my purple button is, if I click that, this will bring me out of camera plane mode. And this is something that I really want to explain very, very clearly, because some people have questions about this. But essentially, toggling this button at the top here basically puts you in these two different navigation modes. And really, it's pretty simple. The difference between the two is right now I'm viewing the plane separately. So my camera view, I'm viewing the plane separate from it. If I click this plane again, anywhere I look in the scene, the plane is aligned to my camera view. It's easier to see when you actually have something sketched. So if I just go ahead and go to side view, align that real quick, and I go ahead and just like draw a squiggle, you'll see that this squiggle is in perspective because I'm moving around the scene. But if I toggle on the camera view option, the squiggle will move in the scene, but the plane is actually locked to my view. So now if I draw another squiggle, now you can see it's drawn on a separate plane. So the plane is locked to my view, so it's always moving as I move in the scene. And this is on by default in the app because it allows you to just quickly sketch in 3D pretty much, instead of having to adjust the plane and then sketch, which you can do as well for more precise actions. So we're just going to say, let's see, I'm going to make sure I'm looking at the right view before we get started here. We go to settings, make sure we have our environment on. Okay. So this is the front view, so you can see the little arrow here at the top of the navigation cube that's pointing forward. So we're going to say that's the front. And then this button right here, over to the right, this is how you can align your plane to wherever you're looking. So if you're in that free camera mode, and your plane is here, but you say, hey, I want my plane to be facing this exact angle that I'm looking, just press that button and it'll align to that view as well. And then if you want to move the plane along that axis, you can use the plane slider and it will slide in the space. So that's why this slider is really useful. We've also had questions around the slider and what the use of it is and how you use it. It's basically just to easily move and adjust your plane in space, forward and backward in space. So anyway, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. And we're gonna make sure the plane is where we want it. A little tip for you, if you click the, I believe it's the home button, it'll put the plane right back at the origin and snap everything back. So let's go ahead, and then we're gonna put on mirror as well. So we're gonna do that real quick. Mirror. So up at the top here, we've got the tools tab, or the symmetry button there, and we're just gonna turn mirror on, and anything we draw will be mirrored. So you can see we have the mirror plane now appeared. Right? So I think it's pretty much this, right? Pretty much that shape. And it's a little squiggly, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to click this arrow at the top. We're going to select the stroke, go into edit mode, and then we're going to simplify it. So we can just press this little minus button. We're going to simplify it, and then we're just going to adjust them again. And this is going to fan out just a little bit. Now I want to add another point. So this is something that I've actually learned since the last live. Basically, to add another point, all you got to do is hold down your pencil and press lightly on the stroke, and it will add another point. There we go. Add another point there. Also, I can do a box selection and select 2 points and move them like that. So I'm just trying to get the right shape here. There we go. I think you might need another point down here. Very good. And then let's look back at our image. I guess it's a little rounder at the top than I thought, but that's okay. So I'm not going to use, I'm actually going to delete that. I don't think I actually need that point. I'm just going to have it up here. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm going to use my strokes as well for the circular details, because this whole face is curved. Like this whole face here is curved, and we want those circles to curve as well to that. So we have a medium one and a large one. So we're just going to draw that. We have a larger one here, like that. Those are pretty crazy, but we're just going to fix them. So we're going to minus that. Just refine those. Connect those at the center. We may not even need that point. make it more round just by using 4 points there. There we go. And then honestly, we don't really even need to fix this other one. We can just delete that, select this one, duplicate it, and pull it down. So I'll show you how I did that, because it's kind of hard to tell. Soon we'll be doing these tutorials actually with a camera, and you can actually see what my hand's doing and then touching the screen. But essentially how you duplicate is you select what you want to duplicate, and then this button here, this duplicate right here, you select that and it duplicates it. And then all you gotta do is just drag it and move it. So we've got that duplicated. I'm gonna go into edit mode, and we're just going to make it larger. Just adjusting. Let's see, let's make a lightsaber today. Yes. Yes, we would love to make a lightsaber. We should do that. I think that'd be fun. Maybe we can make a quick one. We'll see. Yeah, may the 4th be with all of you. So, let's see. We're just going to, I'm just thinking, go into edit mode and fix this just a little bit. All right, let's just look back at it. And we've got some screw details there on each side there. Okay, we can just do those really quickly. So I'm just gonna select that, minus it, oops. And then we want to loop these. So we want to loop this together. And how we do that is we just we press this arrow right here, this one right here to the right. It brings over our menu for the stroke. And then we're going to turn on this little switch down here at the bottom that says loop. And then we've got that looped. And so now we can adjust that, make it a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to adjust that where I want it to be. I'm going to duplicate it and put another one there. Very good. I think I need to move, I'm going to select all these and move them up. There we are. And then we've got a little headphone jack and a dial. So we're just going to use these again, because why not use all the circles, right? So we're just going to bring that down, and we're going to make it smaller. There we are. This might be not quite in proportion with the original, but that's okay. And I'm going to move this guy up. Adjust that one again. Get a little larger. It's kind of what I want there. Cool. And then we need another circle. It's going to be slightly inset. Actually, yeah. Oops. Let's move that. Just slightly inset. And then going to do one more circle. And it will be, and we won't worry about that for now. And then we're going to do a little headphone jack. And we're going to select this and turn off mirror for that particular stroke. And let's see here. Turn on loop. Got ourselves a little headphone jack. And then let's look back at the image again. Let's see here. We got a little power button. Let's see, so that will be pretty much the same deal as this. So we're just gonna duplicate that as well. Well, actually we can't use that because it'll be, but we can use this one. We're gonna duplicate that. Put it there, and we're going to turn off mirror, and we're going to make it a little larger. Okay, duplicate it again. Duplicate, edit. Inset just a little bit. And then we'll have another one coming out of there. And then real quickly, I'm gonna duplicate this as well and inset that one as well, because that's got a small little circle as well, the center. Okay, so this has now all been currently a flat sketch. So that's kind of a weird angle, but we'll fix it. So now what we need to do is we need to take our sketch and angle it. So how we do that is when you have a bunch of lines on one plane, it's kind of hard to go to the side view and manipulate everything perfectly from side view and see what you're doing. In this case, it might not be too hard because there's not very many points. But in this scenario, in this case, there is a way to move points in a 3D view like this. So all you need to do is hold down the square modifier down here at the bottom left. So you can see it highlighted by orange. I'm toggling it. If I hold it with my one finger and then I select a point, I can move it back along that axis. And tap this other one. I'm just going to move those back. It will also multi-select too. So make sure you've deselected the one while you're holding the cube because it will select multiple. So let's see how it's looking. I don't think we have to give it much. So if we just select that and those, move them back, I think probably that's enough. Maybe something like that. Okay, so, and that might be a little drastic compared to the actual design, but that's okay. We go to the top, just make sure that this is the way we want it. And then it's a matter of basically just taking these other ones and lining them up with the new face profile there. So we're just gonna take these and so this is a little trick. So someone asked last week if you could rotate things. The answer is yes. You use your 2 fingers and the modifier key. So you hold down the cube, and then using 2 fingers, you rotate and move. And that's how you move it. So we need to adjust that though. Let's see that. There we go. And then we're gonna take these, we need to fix these. So we're gonna select that, and we're gonna move it where we want it to go. And it got kind of messed up, but that's okay. So we're gonna look at it at this angle, and we can use these arrows to kind of look at a right view, snap it back to the center there, fix that. It might even be better to just delete the inner one that we made, since we've worked on aligning the other one, and just using that. So we're just going to do that. So we're going to select that because I don't know where that came from. And we're going to just adjust this from the side view. Make sure these are following the contour here. Here we go. Okay. And then we're going to move these down because they need to be, they're not quite where they need to be. So we're going to select these, the screws, I mean, and hold down, oopsies, make sure I got it. Just move those down where they need to be. And then we're going to adjust this circle, side view, here we are. Now it's aligned to that face. We're going to fix those screws there. Select those. Again, holding down the square to rotate it and to move it into place. And then this one is kind of messed up, so we're going to fix that. I'm going to select it, go into side view. I'm just going to move those back to where they need to be. And we're going to fix this one here. Go into edit mode. Fix this one as well. Move these points back. Looks like we have multiple of that, so we don't really need, we just delete that. Don't really need that one. So everything should be pretty much aligned where it needs to be. And for anybody new that's joining, I'm just going to pop up the image again. This is what we're making, the one on the right. side. So, I mean, a simplified version of that. Now let's get some of these buttons to extrude. So let's turn this off again. And we're going to select this one. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to hold it out, and then we can extend it along that plane. So we're going to hold it out, bring it out that way. And then we're going to go into edit mode, make it slightly smaller. On the side view, just keep getting weirdly adjusted. There we go. And to describe the profile of this, we can do a little line drawing. So we can, so right now our plane is locked to this view here, right? And we want to draw a little profile. So we're going to simply go to our side view, and then we're going to click, actually need to get out of edit mode first, and then we're going to click this button here, and that's going to align the plane to our view. Now if I zoom out, you can see the plane has now been flipped to that view. So what we can do is we can just sketch a little drawing there to describe that surface. And then I can actually go to the top view, do the same thing again, but hold on, the plane is at the bottom, so I need to actually move the plane up to the center of the dial so I can draw there. Go to the top view again. Now I've got that other profile sketch. So there we go. And then what we can do is go here to the side view. I'm going to extend this out for the power button. Select that, and we're just going to move it. Oops. We'll do it from the 3D view. Hold the square, move it out. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go there. It's already kind of centered. We just raise it a little bit, and we're going to draw. Oops, I need to fix the plane. Yeah, move the plane to that view. And we also need to shift it over. So we're also in mirror mode, so it'll mirror it, which we don't want. We're going to shift it to the left so that it is center with our power button there. And you'll see that it'll sketch it on both sides. So we're going to momentarily turn off the mirror button. And there we've got our power button. Go to the top view, switch the plane, mirror plane again, draw our other profile, and we've got our power button. Now let's just quickly finish the rest of the profile of the speaker. We didn't quite finish this bit here. So let me quickly look at the image again for that. Looks like it goes down and then it goes back a little bit. So we're just going to go into edit mode, hold the square down, move that back. I'm going to add another point. And then I'm going to use a little artistic license here. Add another point. And how you add those points is you just press down with your pencil, and it will add a point at that spot that you pressed. And then we're just going to extend it all the way up here and add more points. we're going to I'm just kind of interpreting the sketch a little bit myself. I'm going to go to the bottom view here. I want to fan these out. So that looks nice. And then we're just going to go ahead and connect this at the top. So there, and then there. I think that looks pretty nice. We're just going to adjust that in the top view. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Make sure we're looking. There we go. And then, real quick, we're just going to draw a crease line here. Move the plane back about there. And I'm going to turn the mirror back on. Go to edit mode, simplify that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the front. Just shift the plane forward using the plane slider. Right about there. Go to our front view. Do the same thing. And we're just going to go into edit mode, reduce the points, and there we have it. Let me go ahead and turn off the mirror plane so you can see a little better, and go into hide UI. So this is a really simplified version of what we tried to make, but I hope you guys learned something on how to manipulate strokes a little bit better, and understood the plane slider a little bit more. So basically what we did, I'll show the image again. We tried to make a sketch based off of this Logitech desk speaker system, just one of them. And basically we started with this front view. If I go back to the UI here, we started with this front view and we drew all the circles and basically the front profile details. And then we went to side view and started editing the points for that sort of sliding, back leaning angle for the face, and aligned everything else up to that. And then we extended the profiles for the knobs here. Quickly drew some profiles to describe their surfaces, and then finished the back end of the speaker design. One thing I want to do, one more thing I want to do actually, is I want to do a little chamfer around this. I feel like that will make it really nice. So all we're going to do is just select this whole sketch, and then we're going to duplicate it, move it over just a little bit, and I'm going to move these points. And just adjust everything. A little bit up here. So just adding a little chamfer to the entire edge. Just raising this up. And then we're going to go to our other views here. And we're going to select all these side points and bring them out just a little bit. Making sure that looks good. Very nice. I'm going to adjust these just a little bit. Nice. So it just gives a little bit more detail. It makes it feel a little more finished. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. This is, by the way, if you don't know how to get rid of the UI like this, you just press the this square icon at the top left here, and this will get rid of the UI, so you can just look at everything. You can even sketch in this mode too, but the UI will come back. So it's just a nice way to hide everything. Well, thank you very much for everyone for watching. Always welcome to ask questions if you have anything you're wondering about. But if you haven't yet tried the Gravity Sketch app, iPad app yet, go and download it at the App Store today. It's free, and go play around with it. There's a lot of cool stuff that people in the community have already made, so check out the hashtag Gravity Sketch iPad hashtag on Instagram, and just see what people are doing, and some inspirational stuff. So your feedback is greatly appreciated and helpful. We plan to be having another update to the app later this year, and a lot of the feedback is going to inform what will be on that update. So with that, I thank you all, and make sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going to be doing an Ask Me Anything tomorrow for our live sketch for the Gravity Sketch VR app. So if you have any questions on how to do specific things, if you want to know how to do a specific tool or a workflow or a trick, or something's been frustrating you, anything at all, please ask your questions. We'll be live and available to answer them and demo things for you live. So there's not going to be any agenda or making anything specific. We're just going to be answering your questions. So make sure to tune in for that tomorrow, and that'll be, let me double check, that will be tomorrow at noon Central Time, and I believe that would be 6 p.m. UK time. So yeah, make sure to tune in, and we'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching.